Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my back, yeah. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my back, yeah. Frozen, neck is frozen, catch me rolling, I'm the chosen. Snow is falling, Elfie's calling, check my list twice, most of y'all done. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my back, yeah. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my back, yeah. Yasha, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. No, I can't forget about the one with the red nose. When I fly high, my sleigh still stay 10 toes. Bring the beat, bring the trees, put the lights up, 'tis the season. Need no Grinch types, no Ebenezer. Don't believe this, y'all need Jesus. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my back, yeah. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my back, yeah. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my back, yeah. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag. I got racks in my sack or in my bag. Merry Christmas, everybody.
I wait for someone to save. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. I then I stop myself for a while.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Just a quick word from management. Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg, and must take a moment just to apologize for the antics last night and the sheer craziness that ensued here on this program, and just want to very verbally state that we do not condone such behavior here at the Road Dogg Crypto channel, and the turkey has been placed on probation for just well, there are no words, ladies and gentlemen. There are no words. We ask that we can just move forward and just look right here, look right over here. Oh damn, the battery's dead, Sean, the battery's dead. It never happened. Let's move forward, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Road Dogg Crypto. My name is Lane. We're taking a look at whatever Bitcoin is trying to do here. Why do I sound so funky tonight? Do I have to? So Bitcoin, pardon me, Bitcoin hanging out here just on the 4-hour time frame, just under the 200 moving average. Recently, we had a death cross of the 50 moving average crossing that. Typically not the greatest news, right? It could also lead to us getting rejected here. It could, and the 50, this 100 moving average, this white line here crossing over that yellow 200. That would flip us over for this, and so really right now that 100 moving average is the only thing on this particular time frame that's kind of saving our butts here, our little turkey butts here. Just doesn't feel the same with Santa Claus, does it? It had to happen to the turkey. But anyway, well, this is total 3. This is not Bitcoin. This is total 3. This is representative of our altcoins, because clearly somebody did not look and see what they were looking at here. So altcoins struggling just a little bit. They are still above the 9 moving average right here. Let's go quickly to Bitcoin. And I believe this is one of the charts that we've been following here. Now, Bitcoin is above the 9 moving average, and it did cross bullishly above the 200 moving average, both price and that 9 moving average. Does the sound okay? It sounds muffled on my end for some reason. I don't know. It's throwing me off just a little bit there. Make sure I can be heard here. And so where the price is maintaining above the 200 moving average, but we also got this blue 50 on this one also. That's that death cross again. Crossing to the negative. So we're kind of just, we're clashing heads here, you know. A little, you know, positive and a negative, just kind of fight it out and neutralizing a little bit, and we just kind of blah. We got a good chance of seeing some rejection here. We may see another dip down. This is December 25th, and we have what? Do the math. Oh my God, is it 7 more days? 6 more days. 6 more days left. And over these next 6 days, it would be possible, especially coming into a weekend. Tomorrow being Thursday, it seems like every day is Thursday in my world. We could, I'm not saying we will, maybe we come up and then we come down, but at some point we might dip back down and then start coming back up. And look what we would have, a beautiful inverted head and shoulders to the upside. Only this time it might actually matter. We might be looking at something like that happen, because closer to the end of this year, people saying, Sonny, you gonna dollar cost average? You find anything that's still down? We can do this tax harvesting in. And the altcoins have got some, so your altcoins are probably the biggest ones to look out for, rather than Bitcoin. But some people, 98,000, they bought it up a little higher, about 104,000 or above. You know, they could put a little sell pressure there. Not many people buy it at above 100,000 though. Let's be real. We haven't been up there that many times, and only them chasers would be buying it, and they're probably not savvy enough to know about tax loss harvesting or wash trading. So let's keep it real. The biggest thing to keep in mind, I think, at this point in the market is we are so close to number go freaking up, and that will be in Bitcoin and also in our altcoins. And this is what we've been waiting for, people. Hello, everybody. Let me say hello. Let's bring down the chat. It always sounds different on playback. So you're telling me the sound is good? It sounds so muffled on my end. I'm never satisfied with the sound that I hear on here. Or a little funky too. That might have something to do with it. I don't like the Santa Claus face. I'm sorry. You guys could get Mr. Turkey out of probation. If I can get a bunch of 111s in the chat there, let's get that chat rate up there. Might be able to get Mr. Turkey out of probation there and let him come out and do the rest of the show. Otherwise, we might get some freaky faces, but Santa's looking too old, and that just kind of bugs me. Meanwhile, I'm going to come over here and say hello to everybody. Hello, everybody. And I'm also just going to subtly try to tweak my sound because it's bugging me. I don't think that is going to help any. We'll try that. Bonsoir. Bonito. Hello, we got Avi Medina. How's it going, Avi? We got Chris Klein, Floki's Angels, Day P. I see Bug Pick. I see Strega Heart, Tommy 2 Liters. I see Sub. I see Doug. Doug says, wish me luck. I just opened 5 long positions on Bitcoin, XRP, ILB, Brett, and auction. I wish you luck. I hope that goes well for you. If your leverage is not too crazy, you're managing your risk appropriately for this point in the market, then you should do just fine. We got Celinda Anderson. How's it going, Miss Celinda? Baba Yas, Santa! Glittery Marshmallow 1981. Merry Christmas. Avi Medina says the sound is good. We got lots of 111s. We're wanting the turkey. We're wanting the turkey. Everybody's wanting the turkey today. Turkey got gobbled today. Turkey got gobbled today. It just felt wrong. It just felt wrong. Well, I believe that the audience has spoken. And George, what are you doing? Cassie, you need to go home, girl. You shouldn't be standing behind George like that. That's just totally inappropriate, Cassie. And send Cassie home there. That was totally inappropriate, much like the turkey was last night. But well, perf. I'm back. Oh man, was it a crazy night? It was a crazy night, man. Me and SpongeBob, we were like chasing rainbows. I saw a unicorn with 2 horns. I don't know what that was about. That was kind of freaky. That kind of thinks, maybe it was a goat. Maybe a goat and Bob. There was a goat and Bob with SpongeBob. Maybe that wasn't SpongeBob, but the goat, I'm sure the goat was there. But it got kind of crazy, but hey. Top 5 on OnlyFans, I'm just saying. Not trying to brag, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And you too can join My OnlyFans Turkey Footsie group for just $2,499 a month. Big ballers only. I mean, I'm sorry. If you're not a big baller enough, well, just hang around the channel because my goal is to get you big balling so I can drain you out with some kind of wild ass subscription group. That's my game plan. That's right. You have a little plan. Some of you already here, so come on, fork it up. You want to see my footsies? I know you do. I get those emails. I know. Some of you are some sick little puppies, but you're some rich little sick puppies, so love you. All right, so that's all the shillings that we got. Just pointing to the goodness right there. $2,499 a month. Still half price. Christmas special. Hey, Doug. Well, Doug likes the Santa. Well, so we go back to Santa Claus. There's Joe from Trade Intuition. How's it going, Joe? Living callous free since I joined the Foot Club. There's my testimonial right there. Ave Medina. My man. My person. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Well, let's get into, I think the most appropriate thing to do would be to go check out some of the news since Slayer GG is sharing. Sean, can you take us to the newsroom? Sean. Sean's making out with his new blow-up doll. Or whatever they're making them out of. Sean! Let her live. Let her live. There we go. Sean, can you get us to the right pages here, my man? Sean, I swear to God, you suck. For real. Well, that should have went seamlessly, Sean, but yet and still, after all this time and that you've been working on this, it still has not happened yet. I mean, Habib has done it a few times, but oh! Well, Bitcoin. So analysis by Dark Frost. Or Dark Frost Cock. Is that for real? Dark Frost Cock says, that's what it says. I am just reporting the news accurately. Don't you hit me, YouTube. I'm just being an accurate journalist here. I actually got the credentials. Analysis by Dark Frost Cock says Binance Bitcoin Reserve has reached its lowest level since January. When this occurred in January, it was followed by a 90% Bitcoin rally. Bitcoin. Russia's finance minister said that Bitcoin can be freely used in foreign trade. Can you see what the world is starting to put down for us? Can you see that the prophecy is being fulfilled for Bitcoin? What has been foretold is coming true. What the OG said is starting to happen. Nations are starting to see the value of Bitcoin. Berachain Lombard, the Stakestone team, has launched a vault, which allows users to receive airdrops of Berachain token. Users can deposit Bitcoin and Ethereum into the protocol to accumulate points for multiple projects, including Berachain. Also, Smokey the Bearer, that's funny, has posted some information about Boyko, and it is coming soon. Movement Labs founder Rushi Manchi noted that the team and investors move the token cannot stake and is fully locked up. RIF in Euro tokens tickers. Pump Science's tokenomics have been updated. Holders of Pump Science tokens, RIF and Euro, will receive an airdrop of at least 5% of the newly launched tokens. The first airdrop will be BIO, which will be listed on Binance on January 3rd. VitaDAO has put forward a governance proposal to distribute 6.9 billion BIO to Vita and Vita IPT holders. Bonk tweeted that Burnmus update is coming soon. Last month, Bonk announced Burnmus, which aims to burn 1 trillion Bonk. I've already gave him a repost and a like there, but that was the news on the crypto alpha from Layer GG. Let's get back to the charts. Sean? Just waiting on you, buddy. Sean? That's your cue. Sean, for real. Sean, dude. Even Habib can get this right. Sean, come on.
For those of you out there who've been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Hello, and welcome to Road Dog Crypto. I am Turkey Face, and we're looking at all the green bubbles behind me. Look, Altcoin still makes you think. I mean, seriously? And we wonder why it took so long for people to start taking crypto seriously. I mean, we just wonder, right? Virtual is doing pretty good. We're looking at the ones that are up for the month right here. Don't get too excited now for the day. We're still kind of a little mixed there. They just haven't done as good. And that's because Bitcoin seems to be stealing the show just a little bit. Why do I keep cutting off like that? That's a little bit annoying. What? Give me just a little more turkey leg to the right there. Pingu is still doing pretty good for the day. BGB, this is the top 100 coins here. My oh my, me friends, what's up? Uh-oh, Doug says, I upgraded Phantom to Sonic today. Can you look at F Sonic and Sonic X, both launched on the new Sonic? I have no thoughts about that. Actually, let me post up your comment here. They haven't switched over any coins that I saw. I haven't seen any notices over on CoinEx. So let's take a look at some things here. So we kind of looked at Bitcoin, right? Pretty much, basically. She's just kind of going sideways and doing all this stuff. We got we're going sideways. Smaller time frames, prices going sideways. The moving averages come up here. Let's start intertwining around each other in some kind of big ass orgy, right? And the way that usually plays out, you can usually watch this action kind of happen on these bigger time frames up. Usually the 15-minute is a good one. Rarely do I ever see it go further than the hour. And what I'm talking about is like when the 200 moving average is coming up. We're not even anywhere in the ballpark there on the bigger time frames. We got it on the 6-minute, and then it's like the 15-minute. It looks like the 200 is trying to come up here. So I don't know. Usually what you'll see is like price will go sideways, 200 moving average, and they'll kind of meet, and then they'll decide, are we going to melt up, or are we going to just break through? And it's kind of a make it or break it moment. But I would, if you want to know my projection, what I think. That's why I got these bigger moving averages here. Now we got these 800 and 600. They're coming down, but they are curving. And we got this 360 right underneath it. And just like the 200 and the 100 before, they're starting to go up and wanting to cross over. So what we're seeing is a rounding and a turnaround. We also have a bottom pattern here. If you're looking for bottom patterns, that when the price came down and formed a bottom pattern, Adam and Eve. We came out a few. There's a good things. There's just also some obstacles we got to get above too. Getting above this orange lines on Bitcoin will be thumbs up. Like we could start getting bigger moves. That will be roughly about $100,000. I foretell the very strong possibility that we will be retesting that area, if not overtaking it and starting to shoot up shortly. Maybe it will be over the weekend, maybe it will be before, I don't know. I'm not really a fortune teller. I just play one on TV when I'm not playing the turkey. So the question was about F-Sonic. Nobody knows what it is just yet. And let's look at Sonic X. So I'm not getting anything on any of that. Just look at Sonic. And that's Sonic Inu. So yeah, I can't really say much about it. I haven't done any research or anything on that stuff, so I really can't speak on it. Best I could do is come over here to CoinMarketCap and see what they got going on. Socks. And we can see what it is. Sonic's announced airdrop to all users onboarded through TikTok. That was from Newsroom, Chainwire 2 days ago. I'm not really seeing any information there on that guy. But if there's anything that you can get for free and airdrops or whatever, yeah, take them. If you ask me, do what you want to do, but here's what you usually find with airdrops. A lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times, usually shortly after their airdrop, you'll think, man, you'll look back in the 3 or 4 months and saying, I should have sold when I got that. And then every once in a while, you'll get one that's worth holding on to, and maybe it will go up higher and higher. But usually you see them lose value after the airdrop, because everybody's selling. Lots of people are selling. My recommendations is that if you're like, what should I do? Split her down the middle, baby. Or split the baby down the middle. That's what Solomon did, or was going to do. And that seems to work pretty good. And so you get to have your cake and eat it too. I like it. Oh, my nose is itching. That's a turkey nubbin. That's a turkey nugget. Anyway. What is going on behind? Oh, this is this crap, right? Okay. So Sonic X, that's as far as we got. And what's the other one? The other one was F Sonic. F you Sonic? No, oh, just F Sonic. Sonic, F Sonic. The Sonic. They got it trading against Weath and Wuthum and Sagoat. Phantom Sonic in you. That's interesting. Okay. Well, I'll take F Sonic Weath for 500, Alex. Let's go over here and see what we say. Unispot version 2 on base, 1 hour. Got a 1 hour candle, and we'll have to go. Oh, snap. What happened here? This is only 1 minute, and gosh darn it, we picked the right minute to watch it just fall on its ass right here. Only here on Road Dog Crypto do you find the coins when they're going to dump on their ass to the minute. We're chasing that minute flag to the up to the downs. That might be freaky. I don't know. That's just what it says right now. It may be a breach. I don't have much information over here on it. So just brand new stuff. So got no real thoughts on it. We just have to watch those kind of things. However, we can take a look at Phantom and see how it's doing here. Let's take a look on a little bit of a bigger time frame. Losing a trend line, a possible. Yeah, that's a pretty decent trend line. There might be some wiggle room in there somewhere, but does look like she's flirting with losing some levels here. on Phantom. It's at 94 cents, dropping down from its high of 149, 150. Not yet got a 100 crossing a 200 moving average on this bigger time frame, the 4 hour. It could happen, but we could also bounce off of this and just ricochet and watch things just turn right around. Bigger thick Ichimoku cloud kind of suggests that, as well as the bigger moving averages. So I'm looking for a bounce here, see if we can recover that. I think you got a chance to come back up in here and do something. You got this little shape going on right there. It's not the best little thing. Kind of looks a little bit more like a symmetrical shape than most things, and some people might say lots of bear flag to the downside. It could be, but these moving averages are saying we might be respecting these and be able to fight our way through this, and it wouldn't be at all. It could be a bear trap, or if I got my lines drawn correct, that should work. Yeah. Phantom, get yours today. Let's get back over to the chat and see what you guys are talking about. Well, that was a nice testimonial. I agree. Still waiting for the tinsel nipple clamps I ordered, Sean. I know, Sean. Come on, dude. The season's, I mean, after today, Sean, it was for Christmas, right? That's why we went with the red and green. Duh. You thought it was for candles? Yeah, likely excuse. Dex Tools Jar, says Doug. Sonic. That's Phantom Sonic, Sonic in you. What's Sonic? I'm just going to go with this guy. With one. I guess we're going against Phantom, if that makes sense. She's dropping like a rock right now, all the way down to the bottoms there. There looks like there might be. What is this? To connect the dots. Ooh, you might have something to. You might have a prayer. You might have a hope and a prayer right here that will end up being just a falling channel. And I think you got a little bit of an argument to go with that. You got something, maybe some hope there for that idea. Would like to see some more better touches there. So, I mean, I look for ideas like this to add or to get in on something. I like the bottoms of something like this, and I would be more inclined to take a risk like that, especially if maybe I can pull a fib here and see if we got some. Oh yeah, baby, yeah. I'm that's good for me. I like this kind of area because we're at a 113 Fibonacci area. Let's see if we can dial this a little. Dial it in first. Dial it in. No, just don't. That's close enough for horseshoes, and is it? Or is that your Degen just kind of compensating? This says we can go to negative $58. We're going to negative 50. Well, that can't be. I like that. I do see that area, so I'm looking at that. I would look for, you want confirmed bounce on something like this. We're on the daily chart. Can we come down to 4 hours, see what you're doing? Just waiting on you. Just saying you're going sideways, not doing much of anything. So, if she bounces here and starts looking more positive, I would be thinking, that's probably a nice place to get in. If she just keeps going sideways, can't figure life out, and starts going down, well, yeah. It's like some people probably sold out on this one. I don't think it would be a rug. I think it could bounce here, and that would be the great time to get in. Yeah, it can make a. Is that for real? If it just comes back up to where. To the top of the channel where it was, that's 3,510% gains. So 350x just to get up to, that's $812 up there. We're sitting at negative $23 right now is what my thing. That can't be. What's that saying? This is, no, we're 76 cents right now. Is it 76 cents and it was $800 and just fell? No, that doesn't sound fishy at all. That doesn't sound suspect at all. No. What's that about? There's going to be some resistance at $457. If I got anything to say about it, by golly. What was the other one? This was F Sonic. What was the other one? It was Sonic X. Sonic X. Well, we'll go with you too. Let's see what we got here. What are you doing? This is WS. Is that their own chain? This is a 4-hour. It's like you're at a 618. What do you lose to 0.5? She's got to find her bottom, but she hasn't really figured it out yet. She's at, ooh, she lost to 618. Look for 16 cents and see if we can hold in that area. If she can hold in that area, I might have something. You got some angles going on right there, and we can. Ooh, she said maybe in 13. Look and see what I can do about 16 cents. If it can hold. Ladies and gentlemen, let's come to the chat and see what you guys are talking about. Aaron T, welcome to stream, my man. Glad to have you here. Lookpick says, nice red candle! Migrated from Phantom to Sonic. Why? The chart dumped on Phantom. Well, I mean, the Phantom looks okay. Just testing areas. These migrations and things like that, you usually have some weird things that happen with the coins, though, for real. I don't really like it when they happen. But they usually do recover. I mean, anyone looked at Nero/Soul lately? I have not. But we might take a look at that. Alvin Medina says, Phantom most likely comes back to 70 cents, like always. It does like that area. Baba Ya says, Bello, please. Looking to see if I should take profits. May not be. We'll take a look. Take a look before I say make a comment. Ricky Ricardo Crypto. Can y'all believe Pudgy Penguins? Pingu is, was it $2+ billion market cap for Walmart toy and NFT? Jeez, bro. I agree. Let's go back over here real quick and let's take a look at, is that Nero? Solana. Oh, making a little come up there. Nice. I like that. That's cool. So we'd be tracking something along the lines of this. Now this will probably not hold at all. I have no indicators here like the RSI to see for any divergence, but I'm willing to bet there's probably some divergence forming there on the RSI. Because this angle is not likely to hold. It'll probably come back down and touch this one. Just kind of telling you. For Nero Sol. So 786 area, great area for it to get rejected. Now she might have a little bit of a more bump up and then lose it, but I'd be watching. I would draw a trend line just like this on the 4 hour. Great one. And if you see it, the price start losing it, you want to make sure that you paid yourself, well enough right there. Whether you get out of your position or not, it's up to you, but making sure you pay yourself is probably worth it because you'll get some downside and probably come back down to 0.004. And that's like almost a 20%-25% drop. You could avoid some of that or capitalize on some of that, in my personal opinion there. Let's take a look at Velo. Velo on KuCoin. Look. Oh, what now? What happened? We nailed it again. That's an old nailed it. We don't want to reuse nailed it. Don't reclaim the nailed it's. She lost that parabolic move, came down, and now she's still doing something. So she's still kind of got this idea going on, and it may be, it may just be making a bigger one. We're going to clean her out, and we're going to take a brand new look. Oh yeah, zoom out, baby. Now you see all this, you're like, oh, what was I thinking? We need a starting point, man. And that was way too high, way too high. I want to take this guy right here and see what it. Oh, that's too high. No, too high. Here's a support resistance flip one right there. We got anything? That's too high. We'll go with this guy. That's a little bit more like it. A little bit more like it. Let me look at a few other little guys here. I really like this one for real. That one nailed a nice little support resistance area. That's one of the things I look for these 2, 3, 6 areas, especially if I'm trying to tune in my fib or something, because I'm looking for this kind of setup. And all these little fibs make such a wonderful little place to take some profits. And this little zone, about 5.5 cents, is going to start kicking in as a nice area that we could be working our way up to for a velo. So that would be one of the first areas. And I would also shoot for the 618 area, 0.089 cents right there. I think you will find some good results there. So we come out of this accumulation zone here, this nice little discount zone, this pack my bags so I can make the real money come up zone. Can come a rising channel with a measure move from that from wherever we are does get us up around our first little target area, maybe a little bit more. Actual measure move from that, if we break up in this area, you gotta adjust. It's about 5.8. We got a target about 5.58 technically. I got it, my numbers up there just a little too high. Just a wee bit too high right there. My bad. Velo looking kind of good. Let's take a look at Pingu. Pingay is what I spelled. Pingu? What the hell? This is Binance. Are they slow to the game? Do we have better price action somewhere else? Like maybe MixC? Hell yeah, we do. Let's zoom out and see what the charts can tell us. What the hell's that? Well, that's a trade setup. Did you get hit? I see a little line, but I don't think it's not a price wick. What's the line then? Oh, it's from you. Well, that didn't happen. That was kind of crazy high anyway. Pingu. Down on the bottom. So where was this? This was back in May? Or Ping? No, this is not the same thing. This is a Ming one. Pingu. We're looking for Pingu. Pingu. Pingu tether. Perpetual. I guess that is the all right. I guess it is a very short chart. Bybit's probably the best one to go with. All right, so this is what we got for Pingu. Out of an Eve shape right here. Looks like that seems well worked out kind of well. Congratulations. Swing out to swing what? Hey man. Stole my thunder right there. It did not work out. Swing high to swing low. Looks like we're heading up here. 0.0445. About 4.5 cent area. Should get some resistance there. You should. There's a 618 from this high down to this low, and that's commonly what we see. You know, she wants to go and keep blasting above it. Well, I don't argue with her. Just go along for the ride. Ichimoku Cloud suggests that she might be trying to take us on a wild ride. See if we can figure out what we might have here channel-wise, if we got anything good. I'd have a kind of a thin channel, nothing major. Unless you kind of want to stretch it. Do we have anything? No, I'm not running with that. That's crazy thought. I don't have as good angles. I'm not running with that. I can see the possibility coming up 4.5 cents there, maybe getting a little rejection, seeing what's going on. We'll flip up on Elliott Wave, see if we get our 3 humps in the dump. Where are you at? Oh no! Well, we could be dumping now. We might go up and dump, or we might go up a lot more and dump. Thank you for your input and your interpretation, Elliot. That was not helpful at all, in my personal opinion. I'm just going to say 4.5 cents and ride with it. If you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. Striker says, I take out... Wait a minute, I got a box. I take out initial, but damn! I want to sell it all sometimes. Yeah, that's an option. Nero lower time frame RSI are all at the bottom, but the 4-hour MACD shows bearish divergence, so I was thinking maybe push for the drop back down. Nero. That sounds like a technical question. Let's go. I don't know if I got the right Nero. I got Nero X AI on XC. Lower time frame rate, lower. So when you say lower, I'm taking that. I'm talking about the smaller ones. This is probably not even the right coin. I see it getting tired up here. You got some, but she's ranging. I think the best one on this guy would be this. And so she loses the point of control. She's going to be coming down here about in this area down here about $2.17 to 18. I could see that idea because I can see how we kind of lost some areas where we've got kind of an internal trend line here or diagonal support resistance flip idea. Technically, I think it really happened really more over in this area, and then we're going sideways range. That's why I'm saying go with the range tool. If we're looking at the same coin at all. Nero Solana, my bad. I think we did that, right? So yeah, that was the chart. Nero Solana, right? This one. 0.0005 Solana, I guess is what it is. And no, it says USD, but that's what it gives me for Solana. What it gives me? What you gave me? Nero. To Solana. Hey, you got some different contracts over here too, so that gets kind of iffy. I'm just saying. Kind of iffy. Leith one looks totally. What's going on here? This one looks totally freaking different. What's this? This is a Nero Soul. It's at 0.0037 here on the 4-hour. I got lines drawn here. I don't even know what the hell they're there for. Now this stuff. Is it why I drew on the other chart and it carried it over or something crazy? No, it makes sense. This one don't look right to me. Suck your sideways channel wanting to come down 0.0034. Can we look on Andy on ETH? Andy. I'm telling myself, so I guess it's, I never know which one is the right one, so I'm going to go with the biggest one. It's got all the millions of dollars in it 9 months ago. This is on Uniswaps, so I'm assuming I got the right one. But going up levels bar levels. I like that. That's cool. We just stair stepped up. Look at that inverted head and shoulder to the upside. Came back and retested it. We can go with that too. That's valid. For those of you who might be visually impaired, it's a dangle pattern. And we broke up, and it's got about a 64-65% chance to come back and retest that breakout area. It's doing exactly what it needs to do for that. That could be nice, and what that's also doing is giving us some of this good kind of loving. Some good kind of loving. So, pattern-wise, we want this to bounce up, but she may also come back and wick down and even touch the bottom of this guy too as part of this retest. You would think this retest right here would have done it, but if we do have any kind of rollover, pull back in altcoin, she could come on down a little bit to 0.0000 116 area. We're at 2106 right now. But ultimately, I'm looking for this pattern to just keep expanding here, and higher highs and higher lows is what we're looking at. That's what we seem to be doing right here, in my personal opinion, for Andy on ETH. So for a higher high target, man, you got a lot of good things going on here. I mean, for real, we can just do this. We can just do this channel wise right here with what we got. Take a measure move from this high down to this low. Double her up right there, and you want a longer term target right there, 0.000059-ish area. Not an area fib was involved. We'll even tighten that up for you right there. We tighten it up the game. You're still right there. You're still right there. Yeah, 0.00005888 area. If we look hard, we can probably find a flag to the upside somewhere. How the ETH, the poop coin look? What? How ETH? You're asking how ETH is looking? See that 34.35? That's not bad. Gosh, this chart looks. Let's clear this off and see what we got. Probably better if you do Ethereum on the weekly. To me, that still qualifies as a nice possible cup and handle, and it looks like the handle part is broken out. No matter how you look at it, you can go from wicks to candle body or something like wicks to candle body actually works here on the weekly time frame really good, because that's where we bounced off of that 50 moving average. So my personal opinion, that's why we've been waiting on this. I did a video on this thing 2.5 years ago talking about this big ass cup and handle, but I thought we were going to bounce somewhere a lot further than here. Bitcoin dominance, this against Bitcoin, I'm sorry, ETH BTC also has a big ass cup and handle. So this is legit, in my personal opinion, and you can also look at it a lot of other different ways too. You got a nice trend line here that didn't really come down and test. That's nice. You can look at it testing these areas here. It's just looking good. She's going to break out. Even going from this idea, we're so close to breaking out of this to the upside. My personal opinion, the best way to do this, get rid of that right there. Let's pull our fibs. She's been getting rejected in all the good areas to get rejected at. But we're really looking for some good, sensible areas that you'll find some pivots based on this, what she did back here last cycle, November 21st, and her bottom she came to back in July or June of 2022. And based on that, we're looking for a higher high before she gets a bigger pullback, and those areas should be around 59,000 or 5,900 and also 5,300, those two areas. So that's the areas that's worth playing for the longer game for ETH, in my personal opinion. Lots of targets in the way. 4,800 also, because that was our high back here in October 2021, and we gotta go up and tap that and see if we can get past it. We just gotta test it. So that also makes a great target right there, the previous high. It'll be a slow run for Ethereum, but it will happen in my personal opinion. She's going to keep making higher highs, and she made him get up to 7,300 this cycle or higher. Keep in mind, I mean, I don't know. It's taken so long for this just to play out. So any bigger plays like this, look at that. That's so much respect here on these trend lines. And they do bring that 7,000 into play. Maybe even this 2 area over here, 8,800. I could see 8,800. That's a number that's kind of the 800s seem to have a resonance here in crypto. So instead of the cup and handle, I mean, I would just zoom out and start looking at this idea and that trend line, whatever we got there. And if you want to see it as a cup and handle, that's fine. Whether it is or whether it's not, it's still within a bigger channel idea that gives us some great upside targets, even higher. We'll wait before we throw them on there because this one takes a long time. ETH is a slow turtle mover. And that's kind of weird because really Ethereum, she doesn't have a whole lot of tokens anymore. It's actually deflationary now, right? She can be doing some goodnesses. We'll look at some previous ideas here. And if we pulled a fib from the lows here, let me go ahead and do that from back here. Make sure we line up. Yeah, that works. So we pull this little guy from there and just put it back here on that 786. That's also coming up right in our vicinity. Now it's not perfect with what we got on this particular pull. I believe when you pull this one back down here, you'll see something a little bit more relevant. And do I need to tune you in? Oh my gosh, I gotta tune you in. So we like these areas here for Ethereum over time. The breakout is coming. We're above the 9 moving average here on the weekly for Ethereum. It's just getting a little bit of a correction touching that. She could technically come back down to 2,800. It could happen. It could. 21 moving average is there, but 50's in sandwiched in between it. They need to have a little talk, but the 50's coming in pretty high. About what is that? 3,059. I would see that holding support before we'd ever make it down that 21 on this big of a time frame. More than likely, we're just going to find support on this 9 moving average and just keep on going up. Daily kind of likes where we're at right now, wants to find some support there, but it also supports the idea, yeah, we could be touching that $3,000 area again, though. They could lose it. Some signs that could happen temporarily. So if you remember, we looked back at total 3 earlier, and I mean, if we start coming into this cloud and we're above the 9 moving average now, I can't say anything bad. We could do really good. But any sideways moving average, and it has more to do with Bitcoin dominance than anything. And I think we did spend some time there. Bitcoin dominance just can't make up his damn mind what he wants to do. And I've not really trusted this as being a bearish move much at all. It's still below the 9 moving average, so we can talk dirty about it. Maybe it'll roll over. It's supposed to roll over from breaking this trend line, but she's trying to be bullish and trying to regain. I mean, there's some things she's wanting to try to come back up, and she's heading toward the 60% area. She's being very stubbornly bullish for Bitcoin dominance. But you know, we'll see what happens between the next couple of days here. We're on the daily chart, but what we want to see it for to actually roll over, and that's where the altcoins will get a nice move up. That's kind of what we've seen altcoins being beaten up so much lately. We'd like to see them have a nice little run up again. I don't know if we'll get it or not. Honestly, it just depends. As long as Bitcoin dominance is below the 9 on the daily moving average, we got a fair shot. But she may be trying to reclaim it and put a number on us and go, ha ha, sucks to be you and altcoins, gonna show you Bitcoin. What Bitcoin can do. Nita says, what do you see for Pepe? Let me see. Let's take this one. She's had a little bit of a correction, but still good overall, man. Higher than what she was back in May, and that was the highest we ever saw, right? So good. It's due for a correction like that. And this looks healthy. I mean, when you zoom out, we're on the daily, and I know this sounds crazy, right? Usually does, right? Sounds crazy when we start talking about the possibilities of what we might be looking at, but I mean, when you zoom out, connect the dots, that's what we're in. This is the pattern. This is the one that really, really matters. And we didn't quite make it to the top here, so are we getting weaker? We still made a higher high. We're still doing good. There might be some variations. We might want to apply our strategies here. I don't see a lot of things going on very much with angles, so may not be much of anything there to worry about. Higher highs, higher lows. Look at the inverted, a drunken, an ascending cup in hand. I don't give a crap. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I mean, it's not really following the rules of cup and handles, if you want to read it that way. But what it is following the rules of, and what's really the most important, is a series of higher highs and higher lows. And I would lean more to that than just trying to. A lot of it, I see people out here taking a simple higher high, higher low, and calling it a cup and handle like they have some kind of super X-ray vision, special sauce just to find cup and handle patterns. My goodness. But when you think about it, you know, anytime you get a higher high, you got a low, you get a higher high, and you got a higher low. Oh my God! Look, it's a cup and handle to the upside. No, it's just it's a higher high and higher low, and you want to be able to do that. And it's a much more teachable moment, I believe, if you explain it just like that. We're making higher highs and higher lows, doing the right things, instead of trying to be some miraculous guru that can just has the special sauce that maybe, if you're lucky enough and you pay me enough money and study under my group, maybe I can show you how to just find this apply this special sauce to find this very special cup and handle. All it is just a higher high and higher low, people. The rest of it is a bunch of smoke and mirrors and Escalades and new mansions that people in that chat group are paying for. Let's just keep it for real for what's happening there. Alrighty, I like the angle we got going here, though. I will say that we're just taking a random snap here, going from the bottom here, but we're coming up to the candle bodies on the daily where it matters. So we're getting some confluence here between candle bodies and some of these wicks. So I'm thinking that it looks like we're establishing an angle up through here. Will it hold? I don't know. We lost the 50 moving average and got some bearish crosses here, but it can bounce. It can recover. Let's look and see if Pepe can gain this area. It's at what? We got a decimal, 4 zeros and 17, almost 18. That's good. That's good. That's good. Looking over here to the left, if we apply just a little Alt-J methodology right there, just for a little support. That was our previous high. Tune her in, put her right on top of those daily candles, and look over here. Oh, look, we got a support resistance flip. We like that idea. That's cool. That is super bullish in my personal opinion. So what that means is that, yeah, we cleared that area, we came back down, tapped it, and said, she is strong, it shall hold. And we're going to try to come up, and now, since we established that and said that, we need to come out and take out this high. So we need to start shooting for a higher high, and that's going to be above 28.30. From where we are now, that's a pretty good come up, bouncing off this line, getting up there. That's 55% gains. And she could go higher, ladies and gentlemen. How much higher could she go? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's good. Oh, that was the wrong one, Sean. Darn it.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button.
Oh, you thought I was gone?
Thank you very much.
The freak. The freak, the sheep. Man, this lining is still not right on this dude. All right. That should be though. Anyway, this is the face we got for right now. To figure out what the future holds, we get the freaky face. Swing high and a swing low. Tell me how high price is going to be. You did good there, dang. That's a good come up now, y'all. For real. Pardon me just a moment. Oh, you didn't do it. Come on, draw that now. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, while we stare into the crystal balls. Between the camel bottoms right here. Yeah, not liking that. You're thuck. You're really thuck. Get them all now. Thank you. One moment, please. Bear with me. We're looking into the future. No, we're really not, but... That's you. That is you all day long. Ladies and gentlemen, my predictions for Peppy, if I were going to make a prediction, which I guess that's what I'm doing because, well, what else could we be doing right now? No, we're looking for this trend line to hold. It may not. This may need to mature a little bit. She may come up here, bounce off of it, lose it or something over time, but it should. It looks like it's going to. I think we got a nice little strong move here going on personally. We're going to be a little ballsy right here. We're going to apply this 2 different ways. Oh, are you stuck? You're really what we're looking for right here, right? Yeah, okay. I am leaning just a little bit, a way bit more to this one, enough to put it as a possible nailed it target. A predictive target if I was going to have to choose one. What I think that maybe we have a chance of coming back and having some impressive key level where we'll see a bigger sign of rejection. I was like, nailed it! I think we'll get a good reaction there, but a good shorter one that I think you might see even maybe the same. Also a nice strong rejection at would be up here. So I'm looking at 32. I got 0.000032 and then the 37 area over 36.88 I think is what we actually got here on the little red things. Right over here, that's the actual numbers that's on this actual line. I just put this up there. I guess we could put a magnet on it, but it'll mess me up on some of the other stuff I do. I don't normally magnetize it. That didn't work at all. You suck. What? But being in these nice megaphone patterns, it takes time, and we're on a bigger time frame. Yeah, we can see that. We're making a series of higher highs and higher lows, and that's an important thing, and those are two very probable in my trading system strategy or whatever analysis and what I'm looking for with the fibs. Good targets that we could be hitting there. Santa didn't give up 100,000 Bitcoin. Dang. I just want a small house, says Strega. Strega, I think you be just fine, baby. Can we also look at Renter and Mana? We'll look at Renter. Let's take a look at Renter. Render. Sounds like reindeer. What? Render's at 734, down from 1188. Not too long ago. She had a nice little ball there, huh? Not quite made it to the measure move for this, and that's okay. That's okay. Remember, you get a nice falling wedgies. They break out, and they've got somewhere around a 64-65% chance. Check with Thomas Bukowski's for the measurement. I don't have it totally committed to memory. A lot of them 63, 64, 65. Several of them fall within that. I get them confused. Chance to come back to the breakout area before going up. And in my personal opinion, that's what we're looking at. So we lost this trend line when we tried to get up there. We did hit some other targets, 1159, whatnot, and all that. We'll go ahead and take those off of here, even though I should say, nailed it. We're not going to do that. We'll let those guys ride. We'll take them off the... They can still be very valuable targets. I'm just saying. Previous targets still often are still good targets to go with if you're just looking for something. I like what I see on here, but I think by my strategy, I'm looking, this is what I would be looking for, is for this to mature out, and we may be defining a channel idea. And I will run with that because we got some candle body touches over here. Not a perfect lineup right there. Let's try it this way. Let's go candle body here, candle body there. And we'll take that angle and see how well that applies over here. Not perfect. I'm still going to ride with it though. It does lines up really nice with the candle wicks there. So we're going to kind of peep out this idea. Not quite sold on it just yet. So I'm going to put it dotted. That's how I clean myself in when I look at this. Okay, it's an idea. It's got enough to stand on its own, but still, there might be some wiggle room. I just want to keep my eye on it. We got some negative crosses here of the 9 crossing the 50. That could be a hiccup for a little while. 21's still good. We're still there. 100 crossing the 200. That's cool. So yeah, we can just kind of bounce around. You know, we'll look and see if we can catch some support here. 360 moving average on this one, the daily. That could be catching us for support. So this bottom channel may be holding. If so, then our Bukowski measure move over here can still be met. We just have to bounce our little happy asses up there one more time, and higher highs, higher lows. And then of course, if you look just like what we were looking a few minutes ago, finding a possible horizontal support resistance area or something like that, we got one that was support over here, resistance and resistance and resistance, and hopefully support. So we're flipping the script, if you will, on a much bigger area. I wouldn't doubt if they would kind of nail it. Oh, you didn't nail it. I'm so surprised by you. I have to kind of cheat, and I'm not cheating on that one. But if you can, that's a sorry ass line. If you can see this idea here, that's basically what we're doing. You've got a bigger channel here, and this exceeded the measure move for that, but we're clearing this area, coming down, retesting it. We should be working on another one. So you can take these level by levels, and this is probably a good one to, that one's probably sweet. That's a nice little area for resistance. Just taking that idea alone, I want to see how that plays out about 982. So, but I think we can be headed up to 13. I think render's just fine. It's just bouncing off of this area. I think we're caught up, aren't we? It's an hour 15 minutes in. All right, I think we're doing pretty good. Let me take a look at a few of our staples here. We'll take a look at Solana. A lot of people playing Solana. I can't read what is going on here. Come down the smaller time frame. So kind of looking for this Adam and Eve formation. A lot of the things have this, and so far so good. A lot of the patterns that we've seen for these altcoins have come up, and they kind of confirmed the area, and they're trying to flag out on top, and we need to see that kind of flag hold. Looks like we're trying to flirt with the idea of losing this, but we're also in this big cloud, so we can go sideways in here, common with this pattern, and still come out just fine, and get right in the middle of this red Ichimoku cloud, and it spit us out. So I'm still looking for some more upside. We'll just confirm this area has support like a channel. Had this trade set up for Solana and just waiting for it to hit some higher areas. I'm still looking for about 220 to get up there. I want to take some of these scraggly lines off of here so we can just watch her play out. Solana looking interesting. AVAX is another one to take a look at here. Avalanche. Avalanche here on Coin. Where are we at? Coinbase? We had this area up here, $56, and that could still be. It's a red line. That's going to be a Fibonacci area up there. Nailed it! Just saying. Anyway, looks like we did. If so, it's no news, so not want to do anything fancy there, but just looking at the ideas. We're in a open and broadening channel, or a megaphone pattern. If you look at it, broke to the downside of it like they normally do. Takes them a little while, usually 3 humps and then a dump's what I'm looking for. 1 hump, 2 hump, 3 humps. Yep, checks it out. We got ABC correction, is basically what it translates into. If you look at Elliott wave theory, and there are 5 waves, there's an A, there's a B, here's a C. Corrected. Elliott seems to think we're corrected there. I probably would have read that different, but hey, man, me and Elliott don't always agree, but I kind of let him have the leeway on that. We're finding some support here on this 4-hour time frame. We're on this 360 moving average. Looks like we got a little Adam and Eve action going on here, possibly, or maybe it's making an inverted head. And so we just look. We're getting bottom patterns at bottoms. That's the important thing. We can get nitpicky about which ones that they are, and that's okay. We can have that conversation. But the biggest thing is we're getting bottom patterns at levels of support. That could mean we might be looking at a reversal where we can start making higher highs and higher lows. That's the big thing, right? But since we lost this trend line, it's got to play out and do its little thing. It's got to struggle ahead of it. But we lost this. Now we can start looking at connecting these guys. So, this is what I got here. So we're a little ways away from that. That's about 40. That's about $50. That sucks. The angle means something though. Now if I drag it down here, see if we got anything, maybe a little something, an idea. I'm not crazy about it. I'm kind of curious what we got going on over here though. And I know we're cutting through some stuff, but I see some stuff. I'm really curious about this one right here, that candle body. And I did fairly well with that. Let me tighten that up. I know that I get this anal sometimes on this, but sometimes this is what gives me a nailed it target. I mean, fibs work really good, but when it comes to like the trend lines and nailing it those ways, I find that if you zoom in on it and take your time with it, get some better results, but it'll help you see some things. So this is kind of a support. I'm looking for an area for support or resistance, and we're starting to lose that. Not locking it. So maybe we'll talk about elbow forward. Maybe we will drag that one down to see if that'll hold. There's 3 touches area up here, so this trend line is valid, and I always look for a channel. So we'll see what's going on here. ABC correction needs to reaccumulate. So fib wise, we'd be pulling high to low, and we'd see that we're probably in a, okay, this, I like this one, retesting this little area here at 3860. See if that holds. See if we can find some support there. We got the 360 moving average, and there's a good chance that we will. So these areas over here at 47 and 50, they look kind of juicy for avalanche, maybe to try to work over. See what it does over here. It may make a shoulder, head and shoulder, and turn around and go to the upside. Let's take a look at Bitcoin again, right here. Go back to the chart I think that we've been following. And she's wanting to come down on this smaller time frame on this 6 a minute. Bitcoin, what you doing, baby? She's in that sideways zone is what she's in, and we just now lost the 360 here on the 6 minutes, so she's probably, where'd my other ones go? Oh, now turn them off. Oh, they're still there. Okay, cool. So yeah, they go sideways, and we lost the 200. Now we lost the 360. Oh yeah, I think she's got a good, losing that one. I mean, she can regain it, but it looks like they want to come down and talk to Lucy, especially on these smaller time frames. Lucy's our love and affectionate name for this little devil girl sitting right there. That little red line and that little orange line could come back to play on these smaller time frames. That kind of makes sense for what we're going through. Do you see how kind of sideways and busy it went, and then we had this big drop, we came back up, went sideways and busy? Might do something similar along those lines over here. Now, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying, I'm not calling that that's definitely going to happen, but I can see the argument for it with what we're losing these moving average, so we could come down here and maybe come back up and do that, and then start working on. And then we got a shoulder, head and shoulder. I mean, we can definitely see something along those lines. Any other signs here? Yeah, we got this. And that doesn't even give us a wick down there. So let's see what happens here. Bitcoin falling. Bart Simpson. It's going to Bart Simpson. I can't even talk right now. Bart Simpson. I'm going to Bart. These are my shorts, man. What the hell is that? Learn to draw. Take a drawing lesson. That is totally not Bart Simpson. But we could be, finding some rejection here. We'll just have to take a look. We hadn't lost any major areas totally. I mean, if you're going to play it by the book and by the rules of trend lineology. The rules of trend lineology. I swear some of these people selling some of these paid training groups in their little fancy suits and everything make it sound like you're getting a PhD, but yet when you watch how they trade and everything, I realize you're getting an elementary education right there. You can get the same thing at Wikipedia. I'm just telling you. Spend some time. Do a little bit of reading. I don't know, hang out with somebody that actually teaches you something rather than just drawing flags. And it's a little bit of this. We got a little head and shoulders here, and we could be doing, I mean, what the hell is that? I don't understand how people, that doesn't sound like teaching. That just sounds like you're flip-flopping and trying to find whatever that what's to make your narrative. These things, they say some good things. They regurgitate some good phrases, but I don't see a lot of the practice being played out sometimes. I don't know. Maybe we're all guilty of that. I don't know. It's just kind of not trying to be too critical. Your best bets are always when you zoom out. Always when you zoom out. And here we are on the 6 minute talking about zooming out. 1 hour, that's got a good argument of some positivity that could be happening. The 4 hour, we below the 2. Oh, no. We retesting. That's what we do with these moving averages. I saw Joe earlier on one of his streams, and he likes to bring up about, this misconception about treating them as magnets and calling them magnets. I haven't heard too many influencers call them magnets lately. One of the things I hear that they call magnets for a lot would be like this point of control. I hear that described as a magnet, where it kind of pulls price back to it. If it does, it suggests that maybe 97,169, but moving averages, you know, I mean, no, I wouldn't describe him as magnets either. But they do give you areas that you want to look at this as an average of price, and a lot of times price will come back and retest those areas. So there are good areas to look for price to kind of retest or get rejected from. And right now we're retesting this 200 moving average area. But now the sweet thing that I like, and this is why I have multiple moving averages, is that there are 9 moving averages saying, we're retesting a little higher. That 9 moving average crossed over that. That's a little insightful. That's just a little hint, just a little wink and a nod that even though this death cross had come, and there's mixed signals here, but we got a chance of being bullish and holding it. The worst case scenario would be that the death cross wins, the 50 wins. It's a higher moving average, got a little bit more weight, and it might even my price loses it, might see it roll over the 9 and recross over. But we've got a chance this hold, and we'll just influence and price action, and being above the 200, which is bullish, and being above the non-moving average gives us a little, in the 21 starting to move up, that we can influence and get this blue 50 moving average to change its mind and turn it around. Some nice little rounding shapes going on here. We can counter all that. Ichimoku cloud, that's why it's got to hang out over here saying, you know what, I think we can hang out here and maybe we can talk about going higher. Bounce around in this cloud a little bit on these bigger time frames and shoot up. It's starting to look, since tomorrow's going to be Thursday, and maybe they'll move the market on this Friday. I don't know. They may surprise us tomorrow morning. Who knows? But Friday looks like it might be interesting. We'll see how we go into the weekend. Lackluster. And let's pull up our little calendar here. What are you looking like? Can you do that? Can we do that? My computer not going to do that for me? Is my time and date not working for me? I am terrible at telling dates, but it looks like the 31st is coming in on Tuesday. Oh, that should be interesting. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I would think we might see some volatility through there, but I'm going to tell you, come January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, right there, that first week of January there, that Wednesday on, pay close attention to price action, because I think we're going to start seeing the money start coming in and us going up. And we did see that too. We've seen most Januaries have been good around that time lately. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you again, I guess, tomorrow. We'll see how this market's faring when we get a little more liquidity and trading action coming in. We got a lot of people, a lot of retail possibility coming in, especially looking at Bitcoin and maybe some of our altcoins. Maybe they can pump some of them. A lot of people off work, taking time, asking about crypto, seeing that it is a thing that's starting to pop off. So we're getting a little bit more action now. But we just got to watch out for some of those slick players that might find some good discounts, or there might be a movement of prices being driven down on some altcoins, so that we can take advantage, or they can take advantage of some tax loss harvesting tactics and things like that. So we can see some volatility here in this last final week. So just be prepared for that. More than likely we'll see it. The real action we're going to be looking for when numbers start going up and we start getting paid, January. But even in January, you're going to see some drops. Why? Tax. People will be selling off for taxes, so they will be taking profits through January and February. We got that going on, and gosh, you know it's coming in April. It does in April. February, every month. And Jerome Powell, we get all the typical funds, but more up than down. But the downs will be there. The little scares will come. It's just part of the game. Let's take advantage of it, though. But ultimately, we are still looking for, I keep having to say this, I keep having to show this, because look, 4 years ago, we're getting not exactly the same thing, but this on a bigger scale is what we're going to be doing over this next 12 months. And this was January 2021. And this was just April. This was October. We got 12 months, and there's a lot that can happen. We're hoping that we will see a lot more up and not get a pullback and do a double top. Now, we might be looking at that. I have saw some signs that made me think that we might be looking at a double top cycle, kind of like we got the last time too. That'll be a bummer, but that would be Bitcoin, you know, the legacy market not letting Bitcoin get too far out of hand before it takes off. You know, they're planning ahead too for the next cycles and stuff too, right? But I don't know, there could be some wild cards that let us go up a little bit more, but it's nothing else. But still, we're only like here, people. We're only like right here in the big scheme of things. Bitcoin can do a hell of a lot of stuff over this amount of time frame. To put that into scale, I mean, oh man, this is a natty chart and this sucks, but we're here and we could go way up, we could come down and double top and whatever before we, who knows, or we could just keep on going. We got a lot of money to be made in the next 12 months, ladies and gentlemen. And I know you might be looking at your bags and maybe you're looking and saying, I don't know how is that life-changing money really going to come? If you've been in this game and you've been playing it and you've been accumulating at the bottoms and stuff, yeah, you still got a good chance. And it should be a good cycle, especially when it comes to Bitcoin. Don't forget to own Bitcoin. Don't forget to be stacking some of them Satoshis, baby. You're going to be wishing you had of over the next 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I know that's the only one to look at. Be thinking about holding the bear market. This next bear market for Bitcoin may not be that terrible. 70,000 might be as low as she goes. Who knows? Guys, thanks for hanging out. We'll look at the market tomorrow. See if we can make sense of it. Let's get to our pretty chart and say goodbye. Let's go kill it. Make that life-changing money. Oh no, you're talking like a turkey and you're not a turkey. I feel like being a turkey. I'm going to leave. I'm going to exit as a turkey. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Sean, can you take us to the end screen? No more Christmas music after tonight. I'm going to let her roll for a song or two. Let's go see what you guys are talking about. Throw cool stuff in the chat. Be seen on YouTube. Yes, I am on the East Coast.
I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my
Ooh, sounds like a party.
Neck is frozen.
Merry Christmas.
I'm the chosen. Snow is falling. Elfie's calling. Check my list.
Oh, that's the way to look at it.
Most of y'all done. Sleigh bells ringing. Diamonds blinging. Carols singing. Favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing. Diamonds blinging. Carols singing. Favorite season. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen. Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. No, I can't forget about the one with the red nose. When I fly high, my sleigh still stay 10 toes. Bring the beat, bring the cheese, put the lights up. 'Tis the season. Need no Grinch types, no Ebenezer. Don't believe this. Y'all need Jesus. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing. Favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing. Favorite season. They say Nick, what you got up in that
Smart
bag,
man.
yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my
That will reward you
back,
handsomely, I believe.
They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag? I got racks in my sack, hurt my back. Merry Christmas, everybody.
No more Christmas music after tonight.
You've been taking notice, that much is clear. Now I'm meaning to ask you,
Sean, keep your clothes on. Sean, keep your clothes on.
girl, have you got plans
Sean,
for Christmas night?
you are not in the room alone.
Why don't we
We're with a female. Please keep your clothes on. We're not doing the funky chicken. I don't care how much you beg. It's not happening, Sean. Funky chicken is not happening. Habib, padlock the control room. Do not let him out. Can you cut the electricity to the room so at least turn the lights out? We don't have to look at that. He's slapping it against the partition mirror. What the window thingy?
We can dress together. Oh, I put it
You're gonna have to have some Windex. You left up grease. Don't be.
so now I'm asking you,
Good Lord.
hoping you'll take this ride. Do you wanna make
It's like, you know, you got steam windows and stuff. He's sitting there drawing little shapes and little faces with. It's not a pretty sight. Don't run it. No, don't. Oh, no. You ever seen those little things that allow little kids to get out of the gumball machines, the little hand things, or with that little slimy? You throw them against the wall and they just kind of stick there and then they just kind of flip. Yeah, he's just running and throwing himself against the window there, naked. And flip-flopping, and I don't think that thing's going to hold you, Sean. That's it's actually sticking to the window. How's that? How you? I'm not circumcised, road dog. That's out. That was too much information. I didn't need to hear that, Sean. That is an amazing accomplishment. I mean, you can't see it, but you can tell that it's something. It's got some suction power in there. I've been doing some special exercises. But that's an accomplishment. It don't take batteries either. Oh, I see where you're going. I see where you're going with that, Sean. That's quite genius.
Now, Mrs. Not Sean likes it too.
It's like it's there, but it's not. But that's clever. They say if you kind of trim, it makes it look bigger, though, Sean. I have heard that. I mean, you know, just saying. I read that in Men's Health magazine or something like that. Good night, everybody. Good night, John boy. Which character was that one? Who sounds like that? It wasn't Grandma. She died, God bless her soul. She was a good old woman right there. Granny Walton was a good woman. Good night, John boy.